Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of CHAKDE Frontend Interviews. So we have a special guest Saurav. So Saurav basically have recently graduated and he actually started working in a company. He's a fresher, so we will be considering Saurav as a fresher and going to cover the problem statement based on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The most popular interview question, and like we are going to drill from a very fundamental to the advanced in those problem statements. So there are multiple problem statement that we'll be discussing with the machine coding that we are going to start, and many interesting things which are hidden as in gem. So keep watching this video till the end. This is going to make your HTML, CSS, JavaScript fundamental to the next level. So without wasting the time, let me call Saurav. Hey Saurav, how are you doing?
Hey, hi Chirag. I'm doing good actually. Thanks for asking, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to have an interview with you. Yeah,
Yeah, so why don't you introduce yourself? Go ahead, man.
yeah, sure. So I'm Saurabh Githide. I'm a BTech graduate, but I'm 2020 passed out, and I'm having a variety of experience. Like earlier, I worked as an Android developer for 6 months. Then I switched to sales due to some financial crunch, and I worked in sales more than 2.5 years. Then my previously decided like after some time I will definitely leave this sales job and I will get back to the tech industry. And I prepared for 6 to 8 months, and then I got this first I got interview opportunity from two companies. One is Techolution, one is Calicia, and I got offer from both companies. And recently I joined Techolution, and currently I'm working over there on one of the best project, which is a chat based AI based chatbot.
Awesome. So I think you are going to kind of set an example for people who say that, hey, I'm from maybe non-technical or maybe I was doing something else and now I wanted to make my journey into the software development. I think so. You have a lot of load in your shoulder today. So so joke apart, I think yeah. So let's do something interesting. So what we are going to build? We are going to build a accordion. So we have generally seen in every website we have FAQ kind of a section, right? Where
Right.
we have a problem statement where you click on that, it expand and actually showcase the answer for that. So this is your query and there is a response associated with that, which is pre-configured, which is every website owner basically does that, right? So you have to
Right.
build something like this in a pure HTML, CSS, JavaScript, where you have a heading, you have those, you can say tabs, you click on that and accordion actually opens and shows the detail. So that this is what we will get started.
Okay, so we have to use entirely vanilla JavaScript and HTML, CSS.
Yes.
First of all, we'll go with this heading.
Yeah.
Then we'll
So keep building, keep sharing your thoughts, whatever you are building.
first of all I will just go with this thing, and then I will start with this accordion.
Mhm.
There is a bottom arrow, and on clicking that one of like other day will get open. On click on that, and
Mhm.
it will show the rest of question like whatever like a user we are writing over there.
Sounds good.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, it's too much habitual of emit. You can try.
Yeah.
Hit that should work. It supports. Enter.
So I will build one first of all div, and inside that div, there should be one button, right? It should be like a dynamic user. We have to only create this thing, right? Or suppose this is div inside, like there is some text, and on clicking on this accordion button, this
Expand.
it will get expand, or on clicking on this same button, it will go like a
Correct.
collapse, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's good. Wait, then let me think. And so set up inside there. Okay, 14. We can give it a name question,
Sure.
and there is inside one button. Mhm. Can we take? Oh, I'm giving it a V, right?
It's okay.
As of like for this time, it's okay for us. And the question will be, what is the difference between UI and UX designer?
You can consider question one, question two. You don't have to be writing exact text.
Question one, right? And open. Same button will go work for both thing like opening and closing, right?
Your choice. You can.
There's one question one, and we need. And there's a one more dev. And here is some answer, right?
Yeah, you can mention any statement. This is in description or answer, whatever. Answer one, probably. Yeah.
Open. So I'm taking the reference of this button in this variable,
Mhm.
and now I will take a reference of this second div.
Okay.
So now I will writing one
Mhm.
function for open
Mhm.
answer containers.
Sure.
Hmm, answer container. So on clicking, like suppose it's like a display visibility. We have to like okay. So whenever user click on this V button,
Mhm.
this div visibility of this div will get open,
Mhm.
and when user click, or we can add or remove. We can do both thing.
You
But
can add and remove, and how do you add and remove?
just like okay, sorry, add and remove will be maybe difficult. We can use display, like a display of this table will be like visible when user click on it first time,
Okay.
and when user click on it second time, it will get hidden.
So okay, so that is display property or some other property you meant?
I mean display property, like like
In
if I
display,
could,
do we have something called display none kind of thing? Like display
yeah,
hidden or display none? What do we have?
it should be display none when it's come to the normal CSS, because we are using entirely vanilla JavaScript, so it
Go
should be
ahead.
display none.
Try it out. Go ahead.
Style, set display. Let's try this. I'm not much sure, but let's see.
Nothing happened. Why?
We're targeting this. Let's first of all let me check it's working or not.
Sure.
Where we can see the console.
In browser console, you can go into inspect element, do the browser console over there also. You get it. Maybe do a control plus plus. Zoom in a bit so that I can see the console. Yeah, can see that. Go ahead.
Answer is not defined. Okay. So there is one issue with this. Where is this file? Okay, we are supposed to write this thing in this. But anyway,
Hardly matter. You can choose where to write. It's your choice.
actually, we are not getting console this.
We are getting some error, right?
Right. And coach reference is not defined. But this is defined inside main and main.js, right? It should
Mhm.
be slash or what?
What could be the reason?
Why it's not working actually? I'm not well versed with this online IDs, so maybe that's issue.
It's online ID or something else.
it should we attach this main file with this, right? And we are writing code this here. So I think it should work, but
Will this work? Is my question. Something you have to do. Okay, so you are considering open answer something something function over there, right? Do you have access of that function in the main file? Like in index.js, do you have access to open answer container as it is?
this is a save, right? We are changing. Okay, we are changing for this, right? On clicking on this button, and what I target here. So answer. Okay, wait. Answer dot container. Answer. Yeah, this is the container.
So, do you see there is something written as a type? Does that make any differentiator?
Type.
Just a thought. See
Type.
that make any difference? Okay, for now to unblock yourself, you can write this main inside the same HTML. For now, let's do it.
Yeah, sure, that we can do.
Can you, meanwhile, can you do one thing? Do a control Z on this file.
Oh, okay. Now it's got hidden.
It got hidden, but do a control Z.
Control Z.
Go to the initial script imported statement that you have written.
Yeah,
Go to the other file which is main.js. Do a control Z. Let your code be here. Go back into your index.html. Save both the files. Now, so do you see
done.
there is something written type as a module? Do you understand what it is?
Okay, we are using normal vanilla JavaScript, and this is a module.
Okay.
So that's I think this create a main issue, right?
Do you understand how module works? What it stands for?
I think we didn't exported this function. Actually, I'm not sure about this module thing.
No worries.
Maybe I used it, but I don't.
Remove the type
Yeah,
as a module. It's okay. Remove the type as a module and see if it is working for you. Save.
yeah, it's working now. Yeah, okay. That's module like we have to export this function to get access from like here.
No worries. We can talk about that. So move ahead. Let's build the feature. So you have make it toggle first, so that when you click, it should be visible again. So first implement that feature.
Yeah, sure. If answer. And here's the property should be visible, right? Or
So what is that property called?
from past few months I'm using Tailwind, so it's quite difficult.
So habitual of using frameworks that we tend up losing the
Yeah.
fundamentals. It happens. So it is. You can make it display block for now.
Which one? This.
Block.
Yeah, okay, display. Should be- Okay, that's now working.
Okay. So you have just one item, right? We'll
Right.
come. We'll talk about if we can do something better over here. But go back and try to have multiple items. So it is just one question, right? We have multiple questions. So we have multiple of them. Try
Right. So
to
we want
try to replicate that. Go into the index.html, have a multiple occurrences of it. So it's not one question.
Mhm. For that we can do direct copy on this thing, but it will. Okay, let's try first this thing.
Accordion container, you wanted to clone everything or just a question?
Just a question.
It's your choice, whatever you feel like.
We can clone it or like directly. I thought we should clone it first,
Okay.
but it's okay. It is working differently for everyone.
It doesn't work. It only works for the first one. So
Yeah, it is.
change the number, maybe write 1, 2, 3, 4, so you will be able to see the delta.
Yeah, it is work. It is taking only first one, right? Suppose we are clicking on any button,
Yeah. Why? Why it is only working for the first one? Why others are not working?
we are not targeting them like it's working once only. Maybe there is some that node and we target particular element, right? We are not targeting exact element to work on.
So what we are targeting, let's try to fix it. Let's see what you can do.
Mhm. To make it dynamic.
Okay, so the line number two that you have taken, which is maybe the okay, the one which you are clicking and the one the answer container basically that you have, which is document.get element by ID answer, which element it is pointing to, answer container.
It is pointing to the first one. I think we have to create some dynamic IDs for this particular button so that it would work accordingly and for the same container as well.
Okay.
So that, like, suppose if user clicked on this third question button, so
Mhm.
the pop this thing will get collapse, like it will get display header and it will close.
Okay, how can we do it? Try it out.
That should be the thought process. So
So one thing which is, can we have in one web page same ID multiple times?
same ID multiple times.
Is it valid in HTML page?
I'm thinking like I thought I should create some counter variable or like any like any count, whatever my thought is like we can create one counter variable kind of thing. We'll append this thing with here, and on basis of that we can target.
Counter variable you have hard coded. From where that variable will come over here? It's a hard coded thing that we have written till now, right?
Right, it's a completely hard coded.
Again,
It
my
is not.
question is unanswered, which is can you have in a web page same ID multiple time? ID is equal to answer multiple time, or ID is equal to question multiple time. Is that valid?
Same ID is not valid because IDs should be specific and unique for every element.
Is it unique in your page, first of all?
No, it is not that unique. So
So if you wanted to have something common, so what is preferred? ID, or what do you prefer?
class, if
So should
like
these be classes instead of IDs?
yeah, we can go with classes in that case because we are targeting unique element every time. So yeah, we should go with the classes.
Okay, let's make that fix. We'll talk further. Okay, I can give you a hint if you want.
Yeah, please. Thanks.
On click, you are actually clicking open answer container, right?
Right.
Does it give you something extra? Like, does it give you something as an argument or parameter to this function? You get something out of this? What is that? What do you get in these events, in these callback or the function basically?
Okay, the value we can target
So,
mm,
open answer container, will you get something in that particular bracket that you have?
is a, as a argument.
You get argument, to be precise, which type of argument do you get?
E dot target something.
What is E?
Target
What is E over here?
E is a event
You get
on
a
like
you get
on
a event,
thing.
right? So we get event. Using that event, can we leverage that event in order to identify which element to target and what to do?
Yeah, means we can use that value as an identifier for the close.
Value as an identifier. Value you don't get in the normal HTML. You get in form fields, right? So
Mhm.
you have something called e dot target. Can't you use e dot target in order to do something something? Have you used any time in past e dot target in order to do something?
Not that much because the thing is like I worked on like a mostly React and this thing, so there are some other things to target their element. But here it's yeah, we can do event dot.
So the syntax that you are writing in an argument, can you write something e dot something in the as an argument?
Because we are getting this event here. Hmm. Let me do some try catch so that I can find the answer.
Sure. Check for the typos. Check for the typos.
Event dot target. Cannot read a property of undefined.
What does it mean? You are not getting an event. Why you are not getting an event?
That event propagation show.
Any idea why we are not getting an event?
clicking here. So, not sure actually.
Go into your index.html from where you are calling this function.
Yeah, from here.
Are you passing something from here?
No.
Then how you will get anything
Yeah.
more?
Suppose passing. Suppose I'm passing button one or say E. E is not defined. It's showing now. So like what to pass to get access of this step.
Google it out.
So we have that liberty to access, like do Google.
You can. Syntactical thing is okay. You wanted to leverage Google for some syntactical thing, I'm happy to assist. Go ahead. What do you pass? What do you pass?
Okay, I passed E. I should pass this.
Do you pass E?
No, here I didn't pass E. Here I passed.
What do you pass from here is the question.
On click event should get passed. So that event will get captured in this function.
Okay.
And that okay, let's try this. I'm passing this into the first one, right?
Mhm.
Getting this here, and what I'm getting in that. So in this first, again E is not defined. It's showing.
Yep. What is the problem? Can you check the code below where you have a p tag id is equal to p on click is written? What do you pass?
So something or window event. To target particular.
What you are passing in the bracket, man,
Here I'm passing as a that
what
event.
is passed in the example in the Stack Overflow?
This
Can you try this?
okay to provide a context like on which event it should work.
Check if this works for you.
It's showing undefined now.
Okay. Try to
So
work further on it. What could be done?
first of all,
Okay, let me put in this way. Apart from adding a on click, is there any other way to add a listener?
add event listener we can use and on click.
Can we leverage that? Both are kind of similar kind of thing, but it has differences. Can you leverage that in order to do whatever you're doing?
Okay, let me try. Um,
First, you wanted to add a listener on what?
Suppose on this button I want add listener. So I want this listed on this button, right? So open, close this. Now here should be a this function. Okay, so now I'm getting this.
Okay. Open answer container. What could be the problem?
I'm getting this entire element here as a on clicking
Oh,
on. Yeah,
so that's a good thing. Using this, can you actually go to your respective answer?
check. This is when I clicked on second, it is showing undefined.
So you have multiple of these buttons, right?
Right.
If you can build something like you click on any of the button, you can
Mm-hmm.
go to the respective answer where the button which you clicked is actually associated with some question and answer, right? From that button, if you can navigate to the same answer, then you will be able to handle all of the question answer instead of the first one. Right now, the problem with your solution is you are actually trying to handle the first one only, right?
Hmm.
If you
I'm not able to
level,
access the second element actually.
now
Let
when
me
you click
select.
on this button, click on the second button, which ID it get actually somehow it doesn't have something wrong over here, right? Oh, why
Hmm.
you are having open click also and add event listener? Do you want to have both of these things?
No, only one should be there because we are targeting.
Using event listener, then this should not be there. It seems like your event listener is not working.
It's working for first one,
Okay.
but not for second one. It's working.
Where did you add a event listener? Go and check the element in which you have added the event listener. Oh, you haven't solved the problem. You have multiple in same page. You have ID is equal to answer 10 times. You have ID is equal to question multiple times. Don't you think there is a problem?
IDs for same for every right.
Can you have like it's the same thing? Can you have one page containing same ID multiple times?
No, it is
Then how this will work?
store this in. This will be answer one.
Your question and answer still have the same IDs, isn't it?
Yeah, let me change this as well. And even here we are selecting it by ID. That
Mhm.
will not work. So instead of ID, if we select element by query selector,
Okay, it's got document.query selector.
query selector, which is
So you will get one button or multiple button. What you will get?
I will get an array of buttons now.
Now what you need to do?
So suppose I should target is like I should target it as an array.
How can we target an array?
From loop we can target. So
Okay, go ahead.
same. I think I need help of Google now.
So I can help you on that. What you
Yeah.
need, you have a array of references, right? You can
Right.
trade through it, and what you will get the reference of individual button.
Hmm.
So you can write a for each loop on the buttons array that you have.
Okay. So we are getting this buttons array here, right, in
Yeah.
container. Okay. Let me check first how it works. Hmm, Answer container. So for what I will get here.
Oh, you are adding inside a click. Even the click will trigger.
No, but it is not getting targeted.
Then something wrong with the document.query selector. So query selector will give you one or multiple.
Query selector is giving me a multiple.
Query
So
selector gives you multiple, or query selector all gives you multiple.
query selector all because I'm targeting only one. So now I'm getting all this array of buttons in this container and I need to target. This listener should be on this
Can you add a listener directly to an array?
uh, directly to the array.
So it's an array of buttons, right? Can you add a listener to array of buttons?
Sir, container dot for each. Now suppose Suppose we write here 0 and instead of add event listener. So like here I'm targeting first element.
So which I want you to write dynamic. I get it. You can target a first item, whatnot. So can you write a for each in order to target one thing at a time dynamically?
Hmm, or so here I will get every element, right? So to target this,
How does the for each look like? Like what is the syntax for that?
suppose if I pass here the function,
Mhm. What you will get inside for each? The callback.
hmm, inside callback, suppose I'm passing e
With E. What do you get when you're iterating through the list of buttons? What you will get?
index.
You will get index. You are iterating through list of buttons. So it's
So
a
I will get that button, right?
so you will get your button reference, isn't it?
Event reading is null.
Write a button ref and try to do a console.log inside. Do you need even a click listener? What you got? What you are getting in the console?
Close one, close two.
Did you get all the buttons?
Yeah, I got almost all buttons.
And you need to now add a listener on what?
This button.
This button. So the logic that you've written in line number 17 and whatnot, can we move it above?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
From here,
Okay. So we got at a button level. Now the problem is what you're targeting, answer container dot style. Do you have actually answer container? What is this answer container?
now I don't have access of this answer container, right?
What you will have access right now inside. So line number 5, you have access to event.
Right. So whatever I'm suppose I'm clicking on this button, so I'm having access of this button here.
You have access to that button, which is in format of E also, right? So E dot target is actually that button.
Right.
Now, using that button, how can you go to its sibling? So if you go into your element tab, go to your elements tab below, scroll up, expand this a bit, go to your button, do inspect element and go to that respective button, expand this document. Yeah. So you see what you get button and what you need to toggle actually, which is your just sibling div, right? So from this button, how can you reach to this div? Where you can say display none and block, none and block. Your problem statement is this. Now, because you have to play dynamically, you can't go with a static because there can be a number of buttons and a number of question answer.
Right. So E dot simple. We are targeting E means the
From E, how do you go to nearby things?
we have to target the child element, sibling element.
Okay, I will give you luxury. Google it out. Let's see.
I think I heard this function earlier. It's like quite back around September. I can recall.
No worries.
So there is two function like one for we can target the child Like suppose there is a parental inside that we target, so child, and suppose
Take
there
a
is a
reference of
function
Google. I'm okay. Go ahead.
p dot parent dot first child.
Scroll up.
And
Check the first suggestion. Do you see something written straightforward?
yeah, this next sibling dot current node.
So, what is the current node for you? For you, in your case, what is the current node?
Here is my current node. This is this button.
So, how do you get
And,
your button using .e target, right? E dot target is your button.
right, and e
Uh,
dot. So now I have to go current node dot next sibling element, right?
let's do it. Try that out. But what is your current node?
Current node is e.
Is E or E dot target?
Yeah, e dot target. Okay, so we means we are in e dot target we are getting the reference of like const.
Your current node, you don't have that variable, isn't it? Line number 6, you don't have that current node as a variable.
Yes, it's the e dot.
Okay, so next element, see if you can play with the styles if that works.
What we are doing e dot target dot next. Let's try. Now it's working.
It's working. Okay, so there are a lot of definitely improvement that is needed over here, which I see. But can you play with some CSS? Can you make this in the center of the screen first of all? Add a width of 200 pixel to the individual container that we have and make it center aligned in the horizontal direction. Let's do it. Add some CSS.
So we want this in center.
The entire question answer, the one with the like you have in the image, it's in the center, right? All the questions that you have in the center question answer.
Okay, first of all we want it. Okay, so dynamically or like normal CSS should be
Normal,
work
normal CSS. Go into the normal CSS and do that.
for this. Uh, we are containing this. So app is our parent, right?
Go ahead.
Is there any file for CSS link?
You can write in line on the top. It's okay.
We'll do
Then
this
I
like
think you can write in the inline file. Go ahead, save file. You can close the left navigation bar. I think. Yeah, write it.
so this ID. A line item that property.
A line item is for horizontal or vertical direction.
Display flex. So now it.
Have you given the flex in the right fashion? Some technical error. How do you
It's
explain this properly?
normal CSS is always like a difficult for me instead of like Tailwind.
No. Tell me you don't write CSS, right? You just borrow some class and just write it.
Mm-hmm.
If it is not Tailwind based project, what you will do?
Then simple Google it out and they solve the issue.
Let's do it. If you feel that is a productive way, let's do it. Let me see.
Yeah, Google won't give me the direct answer.
Now,
Maybe it is difficult for me to like. Let's try. We can do this thing. Margin.
so it's not in code, by the way. The right values are not in codes.
Okay, so it's working CSS.
Have you worked on display flex properties?
Place we are getting in the okay. So it's a block element is that's why it's coming to the inline. Lex column.
I can see trying your best in order to use the Tailwind classes.
Yeah.
No worries on that. Awesome. So yeah, so we have interesting discussions basically with Saurabh. So we started with very fundamental, building some HTML block, then writing some JavaScript, trying to write some CSS on top of it, trying to solve something which is on the dynamic side. There are many other things that can be done. So before I jump and take the feedback from sort of like in terms of experience, people who are watching, I want you to make this entire dynamic. When I say dynamic, so one is the HTML part which we have hard coded. Can we take it from the JSON and create these FAQ from that JSON also? Like try to implement that and share that with a good look and feel with adding some CSS. Waiting for your reply with a working solution in the comment. So with that, sort of, how is your experience?
It's good. So main thing is like if you are not well versed with the fundamental of vanilla JavaScript, then it is quite difficult to build the thing. But like if because from like past 6 months, I'm only well versed with this Next.js and React thing. So but like what I learned from this interview, like I should focus on the main fundamental that actually work in like this like front end frameworks and all. I should say.
Yeah. So you might have noticed ultimately if you understand the fundamental building block, now applying that building block to any of the framework and library becomes very easy. There can be changes in syntactical things which you can Google it out. But your fundamental blocks are very important, which nowadays people think, hey, I have a framework, I can directly jump and get my job done. But again, every time there is a new version change, every time there is a framework change, your learning starts from zero. And you have to repeat the same logical thing that you have been doing because you are puppeteer of framework, right? The syntax which are actually provided, and that is the biggest problem. So whoever is actually a fresher who actually get into directly framework, mug up some syntax, try to do that. Try to build your fundamental understanding of how these things are working, how dynamic things can work, right? Instead of just making it work. So I will just quickly pass down some of the feedback, Saurabh. The few things which I like, that way you try to take the naming convention and the way you try to add items and define the structure in the skeleton. Those are the good things probably. Few things which I see fundamental understanding of a this is how you add a listener, this is how you take the references and whatnot. You have those understanding as well, right? uh, Playing with some DOM element, using some styling and whatnot, you have those understanding. There are a lot more that need to be like learned. One, understanding what this type module is altogether, right? Because that makes it entirely differentiator. When we talk about nowadays, you can say advanced web pages, it understand the modules as well. So what is that? Second thing, understanding the event is very important because irrespective of the framework and whatnot, you are going to leverage this event. Most of the time we blindly get and copy the code saying that, hey, e.target.value or e.target.inner text or inner html, right? And our job is,
Mhm.
life is sorted. Life is much more beyond that. Development is much more beyond that. So you have to understand what this event is for. So if you understand event in JavaScript, your life gets sorted in almost all the other frameworks basically you leverage on. So with that, I will leave everyone to comment down if you have to basically give any feedback to Saurav, or you have to tell either you wanted to select and or reject, whatever your feedback is. Right? Considering Saurav has started his career from a salesperson to a front end development, he has just started with his career. So happy to hear your feedback, which always help everyone to grow. So yeah, keep watching, keep sharing this to more people so that we can come up with more interesting, you can say, interviews where you can learn not the solution but actually how do you approach into the interview problem statement, and what are the steps that is very important. Like googling can be possible, but are you good enough in googling also, right? That is also something which is very important. So you get those things. Sometimes you have to ask the right questions, support, and sometimes if you get those opportunity, leverage it. So with that, see you again in the next episode, next video with a very interesting episode coming up. Thank you. Bye bye.